Hello everybody and welcome back to Screen Stars. I thought I would do another one of my Blu-ray videos where I show you some of the Blu-rays that I've acquired over the last few weeks. But what I thought I would also do in this video is introduce you to one of my prized possessions, which is my Top Gear collection. And for those of you who don't know, Top Gear is a show in the UK that was, until fairly recently, presented by Jeremy Clarkson, James May and Richard Hammond, who have now left to do their own show, The Grand Tour, which I'm a huge fan of. And up until they left the English Top Gear, I was a massive fan of the show and I collected all the DVDs that were released on that show. I don't follow it anymore because they don't present it anymore. But I thought I would show you the collection that I got up to the point of them leaving it. But first I will show you the DVDs that I've got over the last couple of weeks. I don't have as many this time, but I'm quite pleased with some of the purchases that I've got. So my first one is The Other Guys, Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg. This is arguably my favourite Will Ferrell movie. I think The Anchorman's probably, certainly their first Anchorman take that title, but I really do like that. I think it's a great character that he plays in that movie, Will Ferrell. So pleased with this. The Nice Guys, Ryan Gosling, Russell Crowe. Probably my favourite movie of last year. I did do a review for this when it came out. One of my very first reviews, I believe, on my channel. But if you've never seen The Nice Guys, put it right at the top of your list. It will blow your mind. It's that good a movie. Django Unchained. Fantastic movie. I think Quentin Tarantino right now is on fire. His last three movies, The Hateful Eight, this and Inglourious Basterds, have all been incredible movies as far as I'm concerned. Love them. Paul. Love this movie. As you see, I did a misunderstood movie review for this recently. I don't think this gets the recognition it deserves. Incredibly good movie. Very, very funny. Great stuff. Red Lights. This is one of those movies that's kind of slipped under the net. It's got Cillian Murphy, Sigourney Weaver and Robert De Niro. I'll probably do a misunderstood movie review for this eventually because it kind of slipped under the net. But it's actually a very, very good movie. Super 8, J.J. Abrams. One of his earlier movies that made everyone stand up and take notice. Very good movie. Due Date, Robert Downey Jr. and Zach Galifianakis from the Hangover movies. I enjoyed that tremendously. Doesn't get enough respect it deserves, that movie. Very funny movie. And Ted. So love this movie. So funny. The first time I watched this I was in tears with laughter. I'm kind of disappointed with Ted 2, but it wasn't shockingly bad. So those are the Blu-rays I've got in the last couple of weeks. I will now show you my Top Gear collection. Oh, you can see a stack coming up here, and that's only stack 1. So if you're not a Top Gear fan, you can turn off now. But if you are, and you're interested in Top Gear in any way, keep watching. You're going to have a ball with these lot. So these are in no particular order, not by how modern they are or anything. This is Top Gear, The Great African Adventure. This is where they went to Africa to look for the source of the Nile in the 3 second-hand cars. Very, very good DVD, that. Top Gear, the Burma Special. This is where they go across Burma in 3 trucks that they've bought second hand. Very, very good. This is one of my favourite specials that they did. And the specials that they do, if you've watched them on the UK TV when they did the specials, they were like, it was like split into 2 shows. It were like an hour split into two shows over 2 weeks sort of thing. and they add it all together, and they even add extra footage on. So it's like you've got over 2 hours, 2.5 hours for some of these specials. It's great fun. Top Gear, the Challengers 6. If you're familiar with the show, they do the challenges on the show. All sorts of bonkers challenges, and this has got things like the Ashes, car trains where they make a train out of cars, cars for 17-year-olds. Skoda Yeti. There's loads. See all them? There's loads of different challenges on there, and these are probably my favourite Top Gear DVDs, the challenges, because it's got all the best bits from the series, the last couple of series from when they bring these out, all on one disc. Top Gear the Challengers 2, one of the earlier ones, and this has some of the classics. Amphibious Cars, the sequel, Race Across London, the 24-hour race, that's a really good one. Motorhome Racing, that's a good one. Come here. Top Gear the Challengers 5, this feels like it's loose, it's come out, put it back in there. And in here we've got things like, oh yeah, the Motorhomes one. So good, if you can see that. They build their own motorhomes. It's hilarious. The making of the car advert. Reliant Robin. Caravan Airship. Really, really good challenges on this as well. And these challenges one, I mean, they can last a good 270 minutes, I think this is. Great fun. Top Gear, the worst car in the history of the world. This is one of the specials that they never show these on TV. These are like when they bring these out on like Father's Day and things like these. And I think my son got me this for Father's Day a couple of years ago. Top Gear the Challengers. This is the first challenges they brought out from the early series, and this is where this is where they build the limousines. Amphibious Cars, the first attempt. The convertible people carrier. Reliant Robin space shuttle. They actually try and make a space shuttle out of a Reliant Robin. Very good. What have we got here? Top Gear, the Challengers 4. And on here we've got things like the train race. This is a good one. The electric car, where they build their own electric car that they call Jeff. Very funny. Ice racing. Police cars, where they make their own police cars. Comic cars. Yeah. Some great stuff on that one as well. That's one of my favourites. The electric car one is just so funny. Top Gear, the Challengers 3. And on here we've got Cheap Alphas. Brilliant. British Leyland Challenge, one of my favourites, where they get the old cars from the late 70s, early 80s and do some challenges with them. Really funny. Race Across Japan's good. Top Gear versus the Germans, very funny. The Lorrying Challenge, plus loads more. Great stuff. So they like pick all the best bits out of the last couple of series and then they like put them on a DVD sort of thing. Excellent. Let's have a look. So what have we got in here? Top Gear, The Great Adventures 3. So in here you've got things like the South America Special. This is the Christmas one where they go to South America in the 4x4s. Very good. And you get on the other one the Romania and Bonneville supercar challenges that were part of the series. That's where they go to Romania and Bonneville across America on the salt flats with some cars. Really, really good. Great Adventures 2. What else have we got here? Top Gear, The Great Adventures 4. Again, we get two things in here. The first one is the Middle East Special, where they do the Christmas special where they go across the Middle East. Great one. Very good. They don't do many bad Christmas special. Well, there used to be Christmas specials on Top Gear. They don't. Well, they do the specials still on the Grand Tour. They're just not like Christmassy. And the Great Adventures 4, we get the US and Albania road trips. So this is where I think they go to around the US in the supercars. Or it might be Albania. Oh no, the Albania one is where they go in the like luxury cars. Brilliant. What else have we got? Top Gear, The Great Adventures box set. So we get 4 things in this. What do we get? The Botswana Special. This was the first special they did in South Africa. Fairly early on in the show. I think it was about 2004 or 5 they did that. Maybe somewhere around there. The US Special. The infamous US Special. Where they nearly get bloody taken out for writing stupid slogans on the cars. The Polar Special, that's a really good one, that. They go across the North Pole. And Hammond's on like bit racing and with Snow Dogs, and May and Clarkson are in like a massive 4x4 to see who gets there first. Really good is that. And this is probably my favourite special they ever did. The Vietnam Special, where they go across Vietnam on bikes. Because they can't afford cars when they get there. And Clarkson hates bikes. And he has no choice because they don't have enough money to buy cars. What else have we got? The Great Adventures 5. And in here again another 2. Supercars across Italy. This is the one that one of them they would have done in that series. And another Christmas special. The India Special, which is one of my favourites too. Very, very funny is that one. That's what I love about Top Gear. I'm not a huge petrol head or anything. I really aren't. I'm not a huge car fan or a car nut or anything like that. I just love Top Gear. It's just so funny and hilarious, and their chemistry just makes the show. They're like living every guy's dream, these guys. Having adventures and fun. And then we've got this one here, the Top Gear collection. I think this was one of the very first they ever released. Back in that, so it's got like back in the fast lane. So it's just showing you some of the supercar challenges from the first couple of series. The Top Gear Winter Olympics. And Top Gear Revved Up. Which has got, like, again, highlights from the first couple of series, really. This box set here, you see this quite a lot in charity shops going really, really cheap. It's dead easy to get hold of. But there's actually, if you want to see what the early series as a Top Gear, in this format, I mean, Top Gear itself has been going since the 70s. But in this format, when Clarkson and what have you changed the format into more like an entertainment thing, this box set gives you highlights from the first couple of seasons, really. And the rest there, all my DVDs are right up to pretty much when the series stopped. There's a couple of DVDs I still need to get in the collection. But other than that, that's my Top Gear collection. It really is my pride and joy. I would never ever consider getting rid of that. It gives me so much enjoyment to just sit down for an afternoon and put 2 or 3 of those DVDs on. And it is just so much fun to watch them. So I hope you enjoyed me sharing my Top Gear collection and some of my Blu-rays that I've bought over the last couple of weeks. I'll keep uploading them as I buy them, Blu-rays and DVDs. So thank you very much for watching. Take care.